I'm gone.
What's going on, everybody? So we're back with another video. I have Pulse Wave with me today. So I figured we'd do a fun event or a fun little thing. We'll do a tier list.
Right.
So someone recommended we do a tier list for the DC animated shows. So we figured we'd collab and do a DC animated shows tier list.
Because why not?
Yeah.
I know almost nothing about him. He knows too much about him. Together, we know enough.
We know nothing at the same time. Yeah. So
I think Teen Titans Go's next year. Now that you're yeah. The immediate, like, I don't think I want to do this anymore. I think I'm going to leave, guys.
I'm getting up and going. No. Okay, so I agree with you in some degree.
I think that without Teen Titans Go, I don't think the audience that is getting into DC now would have gotten into it.
Fair.
I think, like, I love the original Teen Titans, don't get me wrong. But Teen Titans Go genuinely is a good series, so long as you don't have somebody in your ear nagging at you telling you it's a bad series.
I agree.
I think it's fun if you don't look at it from the lens of, oh, this is a direct sequel to the original Teen Titans. Mm-hmm. And you just look at it as, oh, it's its own thing, because it is its own thing.
I agree.
It's fun. It's not meant to be as serious as Teen Titans. And
the writing is actually funny. Like, if you actually do sit down and watch it.
Like, yes, haha, funny fart joke. But also,
it's funny, and it has its merits. And is it the original Teen Titans? No. Is it supposed to be?
No.
Also, no.
It's supposed to be its own thing.
I would probably go maybe.
I'd say B. Like,
really, I'll meet you halfway. Actually, I'll probably even go A.
Okay, because I was gonna say, like, truthfully, I would sit at like high B, low A.
Yeah, because like if we're especially if we're gonna go on it together, I kind of want to like. At least have us meet somewhere in the middle.
And
I think A is a great spot. Because I would probably have picked B.
Teen Titans, that's an S.
Yeah.
We're both just going to slide that.
The OG Teen Titans?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure it's going to S.
Because, like, with it wasn't just... I almost referenced the Scooby-Doo live-action interviews. It's not just a boys' cartoon or a girls' cartoon. It's a talking dog, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But it spoke on so many issues that cartoons didn't.
Oh yeah, like being alienated for who you are as a person.
Robin's entire PTSD arc with Slade.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like that whole everybody thinks he's crazy.
And Raven having the issues with her father, forcing a life onto her that she doesn't really want. You know, like,
and Starfire just literally being just banished from her planet.
Yeah. Like it dealt with, and Cyborg, I believe, had a racism dealing with episode or something like that.
And Beast Boy, honestly, just existing, poor bastard.
Yeah.
But it was something that wasn't really, like, no other cartoons that came out in 2004 really dealt with shit like that. Because what else came out in 2004? Well, that would have been airing on Cartoon Network.
In 2004?
Ed, Edd and Eddy, which is just comedy.
Mm-hmm. There's technically, are we narrowing it down to like DC or like?
Just what was airing on Cartoon Network at that time. This would have been competing with directly.
Justice League technically was still had.
It was.
Yeah, Justice League was still going on as well.
But even then, like, Justice League is a great show, but even they didn't cover as much meaty topics. They did cover a bunch.
I agree. I agree that and that's actually honestly what you brought up is actually a really great point. I think that's where Teen Titans and Justice League both deviate. And in fact, Justice League Unlimited specifically.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to put here, but the reason why they're split, and it is I agree with you. Teen Titans, I feel Justice League Unlimited had fantastic writing overall for the episodes, created amazing adventures. They had the plot lines and storylines they had per episode were fantastic, but while I agree with that,
as a series, it wasn't.
It didn't go as deep. It didn't go to certain areas that Teen Titans did,
and Teen Titans wasn't afraid to.
Yes, yeah, and
that was the biggest thing. It wasn't like, oh, they're gonna tiptoe around this topic. No, there was an entire 3 or 4 episode span.
Yeah.
Where Robin couldn't move because he was fighting himself.
Yeah, I remember that, and I actually love that where he saw the visions of Slade, and everyone.
What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are Robin, what the fuck are you going?
Yeah, everyone's like,
what's going on?
Robert, are you okay, man? Like, dude. Yeah. All right. But did you ever watch Legion of Superheroes?
I did not.
Really? So it was kind of like, it was basically a Kids WB cartoon. I think it aired on Cartoon Network, like, barely. But it's a Kids WB show. Superman thrown into the whole century ahead of where he is via time paradox portal. Okay. And now he has to fight in a futuristic timeline with the Legion of Superheroes. And it's basically his adventures. It was good. Obviously it's not as good as a lot of the others. I think a bottom, I think it was good. I think a bottom tier A, I think fits that fine. It was a fine show. Had that stereotypical Kids WB style animation. Yeah. So like Shaggy and Scooby-Doo get a clue looked very similar. But yeah. What about OG Justice League, the one before Unlimited?
I could not tell you a single plot line from that show.
Really?
It has been that long since I've watched it.
So Justice League and Justice League Unlimited were almost the same. I mean, this is basically season 3 and 4. Well, this is season 1 and 2.
Okay.
But season 1 and 2 had the Superman with the cheek indent bones. The animation wasn't as good. And I just felt like Unlimited was way better. This is obviously still a fantastic show.
It's still really good.
Still a fantastic show.
But...
yeah, that's where I would put that.
Is that Adventures of Superman?
Which is the first one?
Yeah.
That's Superman the Animated Series.
What? Fuck you.
Did you see it?
I watched a couple episodes. Because they would air it on Boomerang.
Yes, they would.
Yes.
So here's the thing about Superman the Animated Series. It's a sequel to Batman the Animated Series, which is one of my favorite shows of all time.
Oh, yeah.
And it's one of the... I'm unbiased. I'll say it's one of the best cartoons ever made. Superman the Animated Series is good. It's not that. Exactly, it's not. And that's why
it doesn't live up to what it was supposed to live up to.
Yeah, and it's not even like I can give fault necessarily because it's a different character, because they're doing Superman this go around.
Which is completely fucking
yeah.
They're very similar characters in that orphans just raised differently.
Yes.
I think they are two sides of the same coin.
Now, I will say that the crossover episode, World's Finest, sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
No, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So I would probably put B.
Yeah.
I'm feeling comfortable with it in B. That's normally where I put Superman the Animated Series, actually.
No, yeah.
So they don't have Batman the Animated Series and the new Batman Adventures. They just use the new Batman. So I'm assuming this is all of Batman the Animated Series. What are your thoughts? Everyone knows my thoughts on Batman the Animated Series. I'm curious yours.
I had a very good time. Like, I enjoyed it quite a bit. Watching it growing up, there's a lot of a lot of the DC shows I've not watched. I think what was the one that we watched? It was the 04 with Keith Richardson.
Oh, The Batman.
Yes, that was what we were watching at Nick's. I think that's S tier.
Well, it's on the list. We're gonna get there. Yeah.
But I don't like that. I think that's my issue with a lot of cartoons is I just don't remember much. But from what I remember watching animated series as it was re-airing, I couldn't think of a fault from it.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely, in my opinion, what I think is the best version of all of those characters. Yeah. I think. So for me, it's S. No,
yeah.
I'm comfortable with it there. What did you think of Batman Beyond? If you ever saw it?
I love Batman Beyond.
So do I.
There are
how
flaws.
Much you love? How I was about. That's where we're getting.
I would say A. I would say low A, high B.
I would match with you in A. Actually.
Because I think...
What were your flaws with it?
It was... The animation style was not... Or the animation wasn't consistent.
This is a fair point.
There were... like, some episodes looked like a fucking movie. Whereas some looked like Johnny Test.
Yes. Like, I know exactly what you're talking about. And I will say with Batman the Animated Series...
Speaking of Johnny Test, double S tier.
Double S. With Batman the Animated Series, a lot of episodes, they outsourced like Korean animation studios or even anime studios.
Yeah.
Batman Beyond had a very consistent, while also non-consistent look, but it never had that. It was consistent
in the fact that it was not consistent.
And it never had that look, so they must have outsourced to different companies, I think. But I agree with you. I definitely think Batman Beyond is probably sitting comfortably in A.
Obviously above Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, I think right behind Justice League, I think is a good fit for it. Did you ever watch Beware the Batman?
That was the late 2000s, early 2010s one, right?
Yes, the CGI, the very first CGI one.
Yes, Cartoon Network.
Yes.
I watched it. I watched at it. I didn't.
Me too.
If it was on the TV, I wasn't going to change it, but I was not going to
super delve in.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah. I wasn't searching the fucking TV guide looking for it.
Yeah, like where's
oh my god,
Batman?
Where is it?
Yeah, I know. I'm the same way.
But like, if I had the option of watching that on Cartoon Network East or like Mystery Incorporated on Cartoon Network West, I would just change the channel to Mystery Incorporated or anything else. Like, if there was something else on that I wanted to watch, I would. It wasn't bad.
Exactly.
From what I remember, but it wasn't memorable.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that was the issue with it. I think solid B.
The one thing I would say about Beware the Batman that I'll really give it credit to is it did include a lot of villains that even me as a Batman fan, I was like, who the heck is this guy?
What are we doing here?
Yeah. So I'll give it a little bit of credit for that. I think I agree with you. About a B, maybe B, C. I'll go low B.
I would say low B just because it, like, C, if it were just the Joker, Poison Ivy, Penguin, the villains that we all know.
Yeah.
But I agree, it showed people it showed villains that nobody remembered or really thought about at that time.
Yeah, I agree. Now, Young Justice.
I think Young Justice is one of the most slept on.
I agree with you.
How
many seasons have you seen? I've only seen
I've seen the first 2, yeah.
Okay, so we're the exact same knowledge. I agree with you, yeah.
That was, Young Justice has Phil Lamar. I think Young Justice has one of the best casts. The best castings for the cast of heroes that they have.
I agree with you because it features Bruce Greenwood as Batman, who behind Kevin Conroy, he's my favorite.
I think it's an S.
I would agree with you. I also would put it in an S.
Like teetering S-A.
Yeah, the
S and A.
I was thinking A, if only because I haven't seen 3 and 4.
I haven't seen 3 and 4. But from what I have seen,
same. From what I have seen, it's definitely an S. Like it's some of the best Robin writing I've ever read.
Oh yeah,
like Whelmed,
and it looks. It's one of the best looking shows.
I agree
because they at that point they had mastered the blend of 2D 3D.
Yeah.
Crypto Adventures of Crypto the Superdog.
Yeah. Did you watch that show?
Yes, I did.
So did I.
I watched it religiously.
The Superdog. Yeah.
I hate that I watched it like absolutely religiously.
Yeah.
But it wasn't good. It was not.
I actually remember liking Crypto the Superdog a lot.
It was good.
What was the cat, Sparky?
Sure.
Something like that. I thought it was a cute show. I thought it was
a great show for what it was. If we were to watch it now, I do not think we would enjoy it as much.
So what are we thinking? C?
C. Yeah.
I'm thinking also C. I mean, I think that's fair. I mean, it's obviously a show that's meant for younger kids. Obviously, it's not going to be sitting in S tier with B-TAS.
I know your opinion on this next one.
Oh yeah. What is your opinion if you know it?
I've only watched the first 3 episodes. So I think Jack Quaid does a fantastic fucking job as Superman.
Really?
You do not.
I do not.
I think he plays because it's supposed to be a younger Superman.
But here's the thing though: is Jack Quaid is like the least of my problems with the show. Like
everything else. Yeah.
So like when people talk about Jack Quaid, for me it's like, is he my favorite? No.
Streaky was the cat.
Streaky. Yes, thank you. Sparky, Streaky.
Yeah, same. One of them is electrocuting.
My
one of them
problem
is running
with
across the field naked.
My Adventures with Superman is I got so excited when this was announced because like, oh, a new Superman cartoon,
a Superman anime,
and it's supposed to be like an anime. Oh, that's great. That's gonna be so cool.
But I think I'm gonna say C. You're gonna fucking probably say D or F.
There's no F. We'll make an F.
We'll make an F just for this.
I'll probably put it in.
But
I'll put it in C. I'll be fair. I'll put it in C.
I think what I appreciate about it the most is
put it under Crypto though.
Oh, you know, they reference, like, there are so many good references in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Android 18 outfit, the little things that people don't really notice. But like the Cowboy 18 outfit on, I cannot remember the fucking character.
Yes, Supergirl.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. But like that was my number one problem with the show as a whole. It was less of a celebration of Superman and more of a celebration of anime with Superman taking a back seat.
Which, if they blended it better, it would probably be higher.
If they had blended it better, 1,000%. Yes.
Because the writing in the show.
Well, I'm also not a fan of the writing in the show either.
It's not horrible.
For a lot of the show is not horrible. Yes. For certain characters, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Harley Quinn?
Nope.
Me neither. All right, we're gonna throw that in the didn't watch.
Did you ever watch?
This is the Batman.
I was looking at Justice League action.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. Have you?
Nope.
Okay, no, there.
Cool. We're gonna throw that there.
This is the one we saw in Dix, which I watched this on Kids WB every time they came out with a new episode.
I'd say high A, low S.
I would also say high A, low S. What is stopping us from putting it in S? What is making us put it in A? You know, like what is stopping you from putting it in S? If you did want to put it in S,
it's the plot lines. I cannot remember a cohesive plot line.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Joker won't kill Batman.
Mm-hmm. I do remember. Do you remember Clayface?
Yes.
How it was his old friend who was the police officer who ended up getting turned into... I thought that was an interesting story. And I thought it was interesting that it was Joker who kidnapped him, injected him with the gas.
The fucking crazy serum.
Yeah, the crazy... Yeah, exactly. And turned him...
Psycho serum, that's what it is.
Turned him insane, yeah. So I thought that was interesting. I agree with you. I would put it A.
I'd say...
Where?
Yeah, that's... I'd say it's... above, beyond, below Justice League.
I think that's fair.
Okay.
I think that's fair. Yeah. Do you remember when they formed the Justice League at the end?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Did you see Brave and the Bold?
I love Brave and the Bold.
So do I, dude. I love Brave and the Bold for very interesting,
very immature reasons, because I think that was my first. I think that was the first Batman that I watched, because that came on the same. That was the same era as Secret Saturdays.
Yes, it was the same block where they premiered new episodes of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Remember the whole orange aesthetic promos? Yes, I remember that specifically. What I love about Batman Brave and the Bold, and it's one of my favorite episodes ever in anything Batman ever, the multiverse episode where it's Owlman and they cross multiverse. Yep. I love that episode.
Was fun. And the animation was amazing.
Yeah, it was a perfect blend of like classic and modern, and the fights still were awesome.
Yep.
What did you think of Diedrich Bader? I loved him. The only problem I had was I couldn't unhear Hoss Delgado. I just heard him all the time. All the time. Yeah. You know, and I mean, there's no fault to him or the show. I couldn't not hear.
No.
Oh, get back here, you faster. Yeah. So where would you put it?
Do I like it more than Young Justice? Because I like it more than Justice League. Nostalgia makes me want to put it.
Yeah, I know. That's the hardardest part.
Nostalgia makes me want to put it in S. But objectively thinking about it, I think it's the highest A on the board.
I would also say A. Yeah. Yeah. Static Shock.
I loved the Static.
I loved Static Shock, dude. Oh, cool. I love Static Shock. Yeah, dude. I think Static Shock.
We don't need to talk about it.
I think Static Shock is so good. I mean,
that was really that was Phil Lamar's first super big role, wasn't it?
I believe so. And similar praises we had for Teen Titans go to Static Shock.
So much.
I mean, school shootings and suicide and yeah, they covered so much.
In a very short time.
Yeah.
Because it was only what 3 seasons, if that.
I think so. Yeah, and then they even had the
unprofessional. I know.
And then they even had the crossover with Batman later on, where there was the Joker episode. They even made a promo Kids WB VHS tape of that episode. Oh
my god, 2000.
Yeah, I know.
4 seasons.
4 seasons. Yeah.
Went from I remember the 2004. Yes.
And then they ended up giving him a new costume where it was kind of like the black jacket as opposed to the purple. And then there's Future Static and Justice League Unlimited. All right. And then there's the final show. Did you ever watch Green Lantern the animated series?
I watched Attic. I think that sits in the same realm as
As Beware the Batman.
Beware the Batman, except
I agree.
slightly lower because I thought it was fucking ugly.
Really?
I think that it was one of the most crude 3D animations that Disney did.
I will agree that I think that a lot of the CGI that came out around that time, specifically for Warner Brothers and DC stuff, it was bad. Like, Beware the Batman looks bad.
Yeah.
Green Lantern, it looks bad.
It looks better.
Yeah. Now, I will
say... But that's
say...
like saying, you know, a solid turd versus diarrhea.
Yeah. The one
aesthetically pleasing, a solid turd's gonna look better, but...
Yeah, the one thing I think pushed the show a lot was the buddy cop aspect with Hal Jordan and Kilowog.
Yeah.
And then they had a ship that had a AI that became an existing character, because that AI ended up creating a body. If you remember the female robot or whatever, then that person got ended up taking over by the Red Lanterns, and they had to fight that robot. It was crazy. But I kind of agree with you. I think it would be on the same essence, same kind of era as on B tier there.
Yeah, I feel like Beyond, or Beware the Batman is just
a bit better.
A bit better.
Okay, yeah, I see it there.
That's pretty definitive, and because the thing is, we didn't really have to split the difference on much.
I know. I think the most we had to split the difference was
Teen Titans Go.
Teen Titans Go and Justice League, I think.
Yeah.
But guys, that's the tier list. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with our choices? Disagree with our choices? Make sure you let us know.
If you hate us, let us know in the comments.
Make sure you let us know about that.
If you think that we are the dumbest individuals on the planet, you're
let us
wrong.
know in the comments. Everything is
just let us know.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, thanks as always for checking out the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.